It was supposed to be an ordinary day, the kind that felt like any other. I had my usual morning routine all planned out, the drive to work, the quiet cup of coffee at the office before diving into the grind. But then, just as I was making my way to the highway, my phone buzzed. It was a message from my friend, David. He was in trouble and needed a favor, something urgent. Without hesitation, I agreed to help him out. I made a quick decision to change my route to pick him up. It would only take a few extra minutes, and I figured it would be a small price to pay for a friend. Before we dive in, please subscribe. It means the world to us and helps us bring you more amazing stories. As I drove down the unfamiliar street, I noticed a small cafe on the corner of the road. It caught my attention for no particular reason, just one of those odd things that stood out in the background. I didn't think much of it. But then, as I passed the window, I saw something that stopped me dead in my tracks. My wife. There she was, sitting at a table, her back slightly turned to the window. She was laughing, smiling at someone across the table. I could tell it was her, even from the distance. My heart skipped a beat, and a chill ran down my spine. It was early in the morning, on a weekday no less, and I had no idea she was even here. I slowed the car, my mind racing. I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. The feeling gnawed at me, and I couldn't shake it. Who was she meeting? Why hadn't she told me? The moment I saw her laugh again, something in me snapped. That smile, her eyes sparkling with joy, was not meant for me. I don't know how I knew, but I just did. The suspicion that had been quietly simmering in my mind started to bubble over. I pulled over to the side of the street, my hands trembling as I parked the car. I didn't know why I did it. Part of me knew I should have just left, that it was none of my business. But I couldn't walk away without knowing the truth. I had to confront her to see what was really happening. I got out of the car and walked toward the cafe, my feet heavy with dread. I could feel the tension building with every step I took. I was trying to breathe, but it felt like I couldn't. As I neared the door, I saw the man sitting across from her. He was leaning in toward her, smiling at something she said. And then, without warning, they kissed. My breath caught in my throat. It was a kiss, not a quick peck on the cheek, but a full-on, passionate kiss. The kind of kiss that spoke volumes about their connection, the kind of kiss that didn't belong in a marriage. I stood frozen in the doorway, unable to move. The scene before me felt like it was happening to someone else, not my life. But this was my reality, and it was crashing down in front of me. I was watching my wife betray me in the most intimate way. She didn't see me at first, but when she finally turned around, her face fell. The shock, the guilt, the panic, all of it was written across her face. For a split second, time seemed to stop. I wanted to say something, anything, but my throat felt tight, and the words wouldn't come. She quickly pulled away from the man, standing up as if to hide the situation, but it was already too late. I can explain, she stammered, her voice trembling. I could hardly look at her. I felt sick to my stomach. I didn't want to hear her excuses, didn't want to hear how she had made a mistake or wasn't thinking clearly. None of it mattered anymore. I had seen the truth with my own eyes. I turned to the man, my voice cold and controlled. "Who are you?" He stood up, visibly uncomfortable, but didn't answer me. His silence said everything. He knew exactly what he was doing. I turned back to her. "Pack your things. You need to leave. Now." She tried to plead with me, to apologize, but I couldn't hear it. The damage was done. I couldn't unsee what I had just witnessed. She was no longer the woman I thought I knew. I walked out of the cafe, leaving her standing there. As I reached the door, I could hear her calling after me, but I didn't stop. I couldn't. The days that followed were a blur. I couldn't focus on anything, couldn't even bring myself to talk to her. I moved through the motions, taking care of the kids, going to work, but inside, I was hollow. How could she do this? How could she betray me like this, after everything we had built together? I focused on my children. They were my anchor, the one thing that kept me grounded in the storm. I threw myself into being a good father, trying to give them the love and stability they needed, but the betrayal haunted me. Every night I lay awake, thinking of the kiss, of her betrayal, and wondering if anything had ever been real. Could I ever trust again? Was I just another fool? Eventually, I filed for divorce. The papers were signed, the legal separation began, and life went on. But a part of me remained broken. She had been everything to me, and yet in the blink of an eye, she was gone. I focused on healing, on being there for my kids. They were the only thing that mattered now. I couldn't control what she did, but I could control how I moved forward. I learned to love again, not through anyone else, but through my children. They reminded me that even in the darkest moments, there is still light. And though the pain of betrayal never fully went away, I learned to live with it, to let go of the past and embrace the future. The future that, no matter how uncertain, would be shaped by the love of my children.